Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's demo, which is about the new features in AERMOD Wizard 1.02, which we released recently. Today we'll talk about the new features, which are the processing of monitoring data for CRS2 and PM2.5. Then the other change we've added in this version is that you can now download the latest monitoring data from the EPA, which was updated in May 2019. We also now allow you to calculate trajectories for service files that AERMOD created. And finally, you can remove met stations and monitoring sites that are displayed on the screen in AERMOD Wizard. So the first change is that now you can process additional averaging periods when you're processing monitoring data. And to do that, you display your SO2 and O2 identify monitoring stations, and then select a station. And if it's one of those three pollutants, now you have additional options, such as the 3-hour SO2 background values, which didn't have in the previous version. And the next screenshot shows what that looks like for the 3-hour SO2. So previously just had the calculate background values or the 1-hour button. Now I also have the calculate 3-hour background values. And we have also updated our tutorials on the help menu to take you through the steps for calculating the new averaging to take you through the steps for calculating the background values for the new averaging periods. And now let's go and open up the software and go through an example as well. And also just mention that you need to have monitoring data downloaded first before you can calculate those averages. So I'm going to go and display a PM2.5 monitor. We have one here in Asheville, North Carolina. And if I select process monitoring data, now I'll see the previous option, which is the calculate 24-hour average. And now the new one, which is the annual. If I click that one, I calculate values. It'll go ahead and calculate the values for me that we would need for PM2.5. In this case, it looks like this 7.60 value is the one we need for backgrounds for the PM2.5 annual averages. We add this option is calculate annual. This is new in AERMOD Wizard 1.2. The next new feature is that version 1.02 includes monitoring data that's dated in May 2019, which includes data for the last 2 months of 2018, plus new data for 2019, which usually goes through March or April, depending on the monitoring site. So for the download monitoring data entry on the menu bar, you can now select the years 2018 and 2019. And when you do that and you click the download button, you'll get the latest data you'll get the latest monitoring data that's up to date through again May 2019. Our next change in version 1.02 is the way we calculate trajectories. We now have a new option, which is to calculate them based on AERMOD surface files, in addition to the options we previously had. So the way to do that now is to select the new option called AERMOD SFC in the trajectory setup, Then select the file that you want and the date for which to display the trajectory, and AERMOD Wizard version 1.02 will calculate and display that trajectory for you. So next few slides are the screenshots of using this new option. So first, the first step is where you select the kind of data for which to calculate the trajectory. And as you can see, we actually separated these out so that each option corresponds to a different tab that you would go to select your data and select the date range. In this case, it's the AERMOD, so it's the AERMOD option, so it's the last tab. So we go there. There you can see that I've selected the file. I've selected the date range, which is May 13th, a few hours on May 13th. And then when I click the Show button, what that trajectory looks like is on this next screenshot. And each one of those line segments represents an hour's worth of data that was taken from the AERMOD file. Now, in addition to this new option to calculate trajectories for the AERMOD files, we've added something in preferences as well. You can now define the colors that are used in these trajectories, such as the one in the screenshot, in preferences. Now, AERMOD Wizard does come with a default set of colors it uses, and you can go into preferences to change those. And the same colors are used when you take the trajectories and export them to Google Earth. And we've added here in preferences is this new tab called trajectory, and that's where we set all the colors. So if you want every 4th hour to be, let's say, orange, I can set that color, click OK. And then when I create the trajectory, it'll use that color. So let's just do an example here. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in. You'll see that the color for the 4th hour is that color that we selected in preferences. Let me zoom in just a little bit more. Now you can see that's that color that I selected in preferences. And finally, what you can now in this new version is to remove meth stations or sites from the set of stations or sites that was displayed for you by default. It's as simple as selecting a station or site and just clicking the remove option. And what this is useful for is that if you have a couple of sites that are close to each other and one doesn't have recent data and the other does, you can move the site with the old data or the station with the old data that you know that you're not going to use in your modeling. And let's go through an example. So what I have displayed in the screen right now are ozone monitors. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in here. And see that we have two of them for this Yancey County. And if I move the mouse over each one of them, you'll see the set of dates for which they have data. So this first one has dates, this first one has data only through the end of 2006. The other one has data starting in 2006 and going through the present. And if I'm working with data for recent years, such as 2018 or 17 or something like that, then I will likely use this site with the newer data. So what I'm going to do then is to tell AERMOD Wizard to remove the site with the older data, which I'm not going to use. So I right click on that. So I'll remove the site. And now AERMOD Wizard will ask me to save our new list of monitoring sites, which doesn't have the site in it, to a file. So I'll just call it monitors. Click save. And now that monitor has been successfully removed. So now in the future, if you look at other monitors, in the future, you will only see the monitor with the new data in it. And I can do this again for monitor sites we'll see NFT or PM or other pollutants as well. Well, that concludes the presentation. I will now go ahead and unmute everybody and take questions from the audience. Thank you for attending.